Hi everyone, Triple Aqua here from the West, from Key West, that is. I'm Mermaid Christy Ann, and today I want to talk to you about the harvest moon on October 31st that is happening on Halloween. It is a blue moon, and the reason that it's called the blue moon is because it's when we have two full moons in 1 month. And ironically enough, and it is in Libra season, and we literally have them on both opposite spectrums, where we had the first full moon on the 1st and then the second full moon on the 31st. So at the beginning and at the very end. And this blue moon is super, super special. There are, like I said in the last video, the last time this happened was in 1974. The next time it'll happen again is in it's going to be in 2039. So, and then that's where that saying comes from, once in a blue moon, right? Because it doesn't happen every day. But one of the neat things about this, and is why I'm decided to do this video today and talk about it, is because we have a really neat astrological event happening at the same time, where Uranus is opposed to the moon, and it is going to be shining the brightest it ever shines in the sky at this point. But ironically enough, you won't be able to see it because it's going to be so close to the moon that the shine and the illumination of the moon is going to basically overtake it. But it doesn't mean it's not happening. And like God would have it, because he does have such a sense of humor, Uranus is the blue planet. And it's happening on the blue moon, right? Where Uranus will be shining the brightest in the sky. And it's going to be in the constellation of Aries. And it's going to be directly underneath the brightest star in Aries, like underneath it, right? So you've got Aries, the bright star, and then you've got Uranus, and then you'll have the moon. And so it's forming like a, almost like a triangle where, it's a trinity, which is really beautiful. So the energies that are coming in are interesting because, Aries is a fire sign, and, Uranus is supposed to be like a little cold and rigid, and it's a fixed sign. So the energies that are going to be coming in for that are where it's going to soften that rigidness, that coldness that Aries can be. That Aquarius can be, they're like that King of Swords, Queen of Swords, where, they're suited up in their armor and they're ready for battle. Or I feel that the intensity and the heat from the Aries, the fire element, is going to really soften that icy Uranus energy. And then Uranus is also going to cool down that spicy, hot, go, very action-oriented Aries, where it's going to be a neat balance, just like this whole month has been with Libra, with the moons on opposite sides, one happening at the beginning of the month, one happening at the end. And yeah, look at that. We've got the King of Wands. Ooh, wow. And the Princess of Wands. It just fell. Sorry, I'm in a new little setup here, but my table is full of Halloween stuff, so I've kind of moved things around a little bit. And but yeah, so my spirit wanted us to see this. So we've got the King of Wands at the bottom of the deck, and that's fire. And the King of Wands is somebody who knows what they want. They go after it, but they're wise about it. And then the Princess of Wands is somebody who's passionate, but she's not yet a queen. Maybe not just as experienced as the Queen of Wands, but she's still sexy and passionate all on her own. So we're embodying these energies, right? And how fun it's happening on Halloween, where you can be whatever character you want. You can dress up however you want and be sassy and sexy if you want, right? And we have the Eight of Wands, which is that fast communication coming in. And this has been coming out a lot this week. And hold on a second. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to start this video over because these cards are too great. And but I'm going to turn the AC down. It's a little warm in here. Talking about all that fire energy. Okay. So sorry, it might get a little loud with the AC cutting back on. So yeah, and then we have the Six of Wands. Where, the Six of Wands traditionally is like success. It's like, somebody going after what they want, like the King of Wands, going after what you want, but knowing that you're going after it with such conviction and such courage that you know that you're going to be victorious. You're not going to lose. And that could be an energy that's coming into you. That could be something that you're going after. And, you know, yes, Halloween falls on a Saturday, but maybe it's just getting out of your comfort zone and just doing something really, really different. And these energies are really, really embodying that. So I'm going to shuffle again and see what else that we get from this deck. I'll leave those two out. So it's really interesting how we're having such a amazing, yeah, look at that. We've got strength at the bottom of the deck. I'm so glad I didn't start this video over. So we have strength at the bottom of the deck. Yes, because we have our courage and our strength to go after what we want and to speak however we want, like with honest communication. And look what flew out, justice. That's Libra right there. And you know, it's amazing. You've got the scales of balance, and this is all what we've been talking about, this energy with the new moon that came in, and now with the full moon. It's balancing the scales, is finally making things right, whether it's in your thoughts, your words, your deeds, just basically being at a point where you finally can come out and be courageous and be, you know, take that action oriented and be fiery about it. And then, you know, it's going to help because, you know, maybe you have an Aquarius in your life. I don't know, because Uranus is opposed. So the Uranus energy, the Aquarian energy is really, really strong for this full moon. So maybe you're dealing with a fire sign, or, you know, somebody with Aquarius, and maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. I know I've got two things going on Halloween. And for me, it's big. So I can honestly say that this reading is already working for me. And the fact that I got the nudge by God, by Spirit, to talk about this message, because I wasn't going to. And I was like, no, it needs to happen now. I was planning on doing the full moon video next week, but I'm just going to go ahead and put it out now, just because you give us some food for thought of what we can embody in all these energies that are coming in. But like that Uranus that's so rigid and cold and icy sometimes is really going to soften this, so we're not basically opening our mouth and inserting our foot, or tripping over our words, or going after something so hasty. Like, we basically know exactly what we want. Like, we see the bullseye and we are going to come out victorious. You know, look at that guy. He's like, yep, I'm a winner. And yep, that's my lion. So it's just amazing. And then again, we have strength at the bottom of the card, because we have that strength, we have that courage now to go after what we want, to be what we want, to put ourselves out there in the world in our authentic self, and not be worried about fitting in with the status quo. And again, that's that Uranus energy. You know, definitely don't do anything to be part of the status quo. So, all right, so we're gonna pull from another tarot deck, just because I have it out here, and these are the ones my guides told me to pull. So when you get that nudge, you can't ignore it. And if you do, well, it never goes well. And if you're watching this, you know what that means. Every time you let your head control your intuition nudges, and your pull for your intuition, it never goes well, because your head will talk you out of anything. Because that's how the enemy attacks us, is through our mind. You know, tells us lies. Oh wow, yeah, because we're grounded. We are the Princess of Pentacles. We have something to offer. It's not a big offer, but it's a sincere. It is a very feminine energy, where you're coming to somebody and you're offering them something in a kind of in a vulnerable state, but it is something that it's something that needs to be brought out. It needs to be said. It's almost like a gift. And she's sitting in a field of beautiful flowers, wild flowers, and even her garment looks like it's made out of flowers, and she has daisies in her hair. And it's almost like getting back to the raw, natural essence of yourself and offering something to somebody. It could be a gift, it can be an opportunity. This can be you giving it to someone else or someone else giving it to you, but it's very innocent. It's coming in very, very innocent. Just like this little girl here. Isn't that beautiful? And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Swords. And that is very, very beautiful, divine communication. It's communication, it's honest communication. So maybe this is all about a message that somebody's bringing to you, which is really interesting. And I can't help but to notice like all the blue in these cards. And again, this is all happening on the blue moon. And you know that the energies from the moon come in a couple of days before and then stay with us a little while longer as well. So whenever you see this message, even if it's not on the full moon, you can still start embodying these energies because, you know, God's clock, the solar system, is already doing its thing up there and getting us ready for that. So I'm gonna pull again, see what other messages we have for the Halloween blue moon. Whoa, that one flew out. Oh, wow. We got the World card, and we got this last time, and in this actual deck, it's so cool, and you know, it has a lot of blue again, and it's because finally you've completed a cycle. When you have, you know, the world is just like, okay, the angels are there, you know, they're blowing the trumpets, things are shifting, things are changing internally in us and in the universe, in the galaxy, in the ethers, and all of the different dimensions. Things are happening, and we are all a part of that. And your energy, the energy that you exude, the energy that you take in, how you react to things, this is all very important because that's all part of that. So yeah, look at how gorgeous that is. So pretty. And I didn't turn this light on, so let me do that now. Sorry for all the distractions. Aha, better, I think. Yeah, it's better. You can see a little better. We have some sunlight coming in. I'm doing this at a not so normal time. Yeah, so we have the Eight of Cups. You know, the Eight of Cups is, you know, feeling bad about like all the cups that were spilled because you basically maybe went after all of these things that weren't healthy for you or good for your spiritual growth, but you really, you know, and you feel like you've missed the opportunity of that one important cup that is really nurturing to your soul. It's a very emotional thing for you. So you've got this beautiful young lady, and she's just kind of looking back a little bit, and she's very, you know, like, wow, like I wasted all the time on this when I should have been going after this. And this is where we don't want to be anymore. So we're finally building up the courage to go after the things that we want, say the things that we know need to be said, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to pull from the Angels of Atlantis now and see what the archangels have to say about all of this. Amazing energy coming in. So excited about this month. Has so many astrological events. There's even, today's the 22nd. There's I think what's going on today, Mars is in the Pleiades, and that's the Seven Sisters, and it's in the Andromeda galaxy, and Andromeda was a princess, and she is a goddess of your dreams. And isn't that like, you know, the moon, you know, you wish upon a star, you wish on the moon, it's all about your dreams. And I feel like our dreams are finally coming true, even if they're small and they may seem insignificant to the rest of the world, they're big to us, you know. And don't ever not ask for what you want and feel like, oh, well, maybe I shouldn't ask for that because people are hungry in the world or bad things are happening. No, because in your world, it's a big deal, and God wants to hear what you want, even if, you know, even if you think it's not important or insignificant. It's not. Your dreams are important, and the fact that there's so much going on right now in the Andromeda galaxy is really cool because she's all about, you know, she's the goddess of dreams. And all right, so let's see what the archangels have to say. And there's so much more going on, but like, again, today being October 22nd, there is a lot going on today. So I'm gonna try to put this video up today. So yes, because we have ecstasy. We're wanting to feel that ecstasis in life. And how do we feel that ecstasy in life? Is going after the things that we love and the things that really, really, really are heartfelt, you know, like it's matters of the heart. And the only way you can feel true ecstasis is if you are being true to yourself and you are going after the things that you know are correct, or saying the things that you know deep down inside. It's like, how many times are you in a group of people and everyone agrees on something and you don't, but then you go along with it just to, you know, go along with the crowd because, you know, everyone else is doing it, right? Well, that's not what makes you happy. So going forward, you're not going to do that anymore. And yes, we're inspiring ourselves. We're also inspiring on others by being our true, authentic self. That's Archangel Gabriel, and this was Archangel Zephiel. How pretty is that? So we'll pull from the Queen of the Moon Oracle. Also, I hope everyone's having a fun Halloween season. I know I am. Lots of really cool things have been happening and projects, and interesting enough, Mercury's in retrograde right now, so you have a lot of people from the past come into your life, and I've been hearing that from friends and stuff, like, oh, so-and-so, yeah, so you'll have like past lovers want to get in touch with you, or past friends and things like that. And remember, a lot of it's a test, so keep your, you know, your intuitive radar pointed up, because a lot of these things are tests where people want to come back from your past to reconcile and stuff with you. And, you know, sometimes that's a good thing, and sometimes, well, it's use your discernment, I would say, right? Your intuition will tell you if it's right or not. And I feel people are coming back and being honest about things. Whoa. Oh my gosh, we have to show these two cards. Yes, yes, yes. So we have the 43 card, which is the unexpected. And again, it's blue. And I can't help it. Oh my gosh. This is how I just love doing this stuff. So it breaks down to a 7 in numerology, which is, you know, obviously, you know, that's God's number. And then we have a full moon, and guess what's right there is Uranus, the blue planet, right, an opposition of the moon. Look at that. I mean, this couldn't be a more perfect read. It's so amazing. It's just like, you know, I've been getting the spiritual chills off and on as I'm doing this, and that's always a confirmation that like I'm on point, right, when I'm doing this. Yes, and then we have, this card came out in the last reading. We have the Hunger card. And it's going to be a full moon, and again, it's and I'm going to pull from the animal messages, because it's instinctive. Like, we know what we have to do, and the people around us know what they have to do, and it's time to go after, because we're hungry for things. We're hungry for things that are our passion, that really move us and stir us inside and stir our soul in a good way. And we're finally going after it, like the wolf that doesn't mind being alone but can be a pack animal, but like doesn't mind going through all kinds of crazy terrains and just going after what they want. They're not scared, right? So amazing. So, and it's almost like a mating call, right? And then, interesting enough, at the bottom of the deck we have the masculine, which is a beautiful card. We've got this really, really beautiful card here with the masculine. And again, you know, you've got that Aries, which is fiery. The Uranus is going to be under the brightest star in the constellation of Aries. And, you know, masculine is, you know, more of a fiery type of energy, more of an aggressive type of energy, you know, is the masculine energy. You know, when you want to get things done, and, you know, and you tap into your masculine and you go after, it doesn't matter if you're feminine or male. And so that is so beautiful, so perfect. And let's see, we're gonna pull from the Akashic Tarot. Now, one of my absolute faves, just to see what our ancient ancestors have to say to us about this. So I don't know if everybody else has been getting like a lot of ascension symptoms. I can never say that right. Ascension symptoms. Say that like 5 times. but there's a lot and happening right now. So you're probably having a lot of dreams. I know I am, and now that you know things are happening in the constellation Andromeda with dreams, and it's not just your dreams that when you sleep, they're actually just dreams that you want to manifest. There's a lot going on while you sleep. So keep a dream journal or get up and try to think about it, and then think about what you dreamt about throughout the day, and it'll really help put things into perspective. And then your ancient ancestors, ask the questions from your, and it will come from your Akashic library. Remember, that's what science is called your junk DNA. It's how we get our light codes and how we know things that we just don't know how we know, right? All right, so what do our ancient ancestors have to say about the full blue moon for this Halloween, October 31st? With the amazing Uranus opposing the moon and in the constellation of Aries. It's interesting how Uranus is going to be shining the brightest that it can shine in the sky, but you won't see it. And then because it's shining so next to brightly by the moon, so that's two things. And then it's literally shining underneath the brightest star in Aries and forming that beautiful triangle, which is a trinity. Isn't that pretty? All right. So we've got the master artisan. Oh gosh. Yeah, definitely this is somebody, either you're going to somebody or somebody's coming to you, because we got fated meeting and the very twin flaming here. Okay, so we have the master artisan. So this is either you or somebody else been really working hard on themselves and working hard on their craft. And what is their craft? Well, it's your spiritual self, it's your intuition. It's just bettering yourself, leveling up, going within, because now you see the world through different glasses, and what you thought you knew is no longer, it is in the past. And this is, now you are working on your new self, and you have been working on yourself for a long time. And then what do we have? We have fated meeting. So look how beautiful. Okay, so these are two people in the 3D that they meet, and it's a fated meeting. And then there's the clock there, the clock tower, so it's divine timing. See, their higher selves already know each other. So they're already united in the 5D. They've been united in the 5D for a long time. And this is a plan. This is kind of like a soul contract, right? Where if you know about soul contracts, they're not for everybody, but they are where you've made a soul contract in the 5D to actually unite with this person. And it could be a work relationship, it can be a romantic relationship. Usually they are romantic relationships, but and it's a number 7 again, right? And so that's just gorgeous. So the fated meeting, and then at the bottom of the deck, you have winged messengers. And you know, winged messengers are angels or signs and synchronicities. So if you're seeing lots of signs and synchronicities at this time, whether it's in music and nature and numbers and messages, or even in certain posts that you're watching, and then you're like, oh my God, it reminds you of something else or a person or whatever, there's a reason for that. God is the master chess player, and he has a sense of humor, so he'll sit up on his throne and he'll play and move things around, and if it resonates, and how do you know that it's for you? Because you'll feel it. You'll feel it really strong in your gut and your heart, and it'll like pull at your heartstrings. That is how you know that that message is for you. Because if not, then you just wouldn't think anything of it, right? So it's like, I have a very strong intuition where if I feel something, I'm usually right about it. It's not because I'm a skeptic or I'm pessimist, because I'm very optimistic. It's because it wouldn't come to me if it wasn't for a reason. And sometimes you find out really good things that way, and sometimes not so good things, but either way, you're supposed to, you know, Spirit always reveals everything to you in the appropriate time. So we are going to pull from the animal messages and see what energy we're going to be embodying for the full moon, and or even this month, because I know that the let me see, the crow or the raven's been coming out a lot, the fox, the wolf, the sloth has come out a lot, the butterfly and the hummingbird, and the porcupine. interesting enough. So let's see what energies we will be embodying for this. Okay, shuffle one more time. I have to listen to my intuition. I wasn't going to, but one more time. All right, let's see what animal message we have. Whoa, so those just really, oh yeah, that makes sense. Oh, interesting. And these were coming out for me. So we have the rhinoceros, still the chatter within to see your true path in life. And you know, that's our monkey brain telling us, nope, don't do it. Oh, the ego, you know, the ego just saying, oh, don't do that, bad idea. Oh, no, it's gonna be rejection. Or no, you're not gonna get the job, or you're not good enough. Still the chatter, you know what I mean? And it's funny because this rhino has a little bird, and it almost looks like the bird is just sitting there, kind of like a soul shrinker, like, you know, because that's what the enemy does. Is like, it's a soul shrinker, you know, it shrinks us really, really small. Like we can feel like really courageous, and we're like, yeah, we're gonna do this, or we're gonna say that, or I'm gonna go off on a limb and just be brave, and then, you know, the little soul shrinker just starts whispering in your ear. So still the chatter within to see your true path in life. And how do you know what your true path is? It's what feels really, really good to your heart. It's your heart desire. There's a reason why it's said like that. It's your heart's desire. What is your heart calling you to do? Go, the people to be around, whatever the case is, wherever you feel like it's home, right? And then we have the cheetah, and I've been getting this a lot for myself. A decision once made will be followed by unwavering action, right? Because the cheetah sits there really still and watches and observes, and, you know, a little bit of a spying going on. But once the cheetah has made the decision, that's it. It's done. It's a done deal. They go after it. So that's us again, you know, going after what we want, our passions. Because why? We've stilled that little soul shrinker that's just, you know, chattering in our ear, telling us, nope, don't do it. Nope, big mistake. Oh, nope, can't do that. And we have the chameleon at the bottom of the deck. And this has not come out, but it's interesting. Let's see what the chameleon says. Conceal ambition with patience until it is time to make your move. Wow, and that is very, very similar to what's happening with the cheetah here. You know, the cheetah is sitting back and spying. You know, we do embody different instincts from animals and things like that, and you can just tap into the energy, and you can do that as well. It's funny because I can throw these all the time, and I usually have the same animals energy that I embody all the time, and then like I can throw for my friend, they always have the same ones coming out, and then you can throw for like couples together, and then they share a same energy. It's very similar. So it's interesting. So yeah, so you've got the chameleon, conceal ambition with patience until it's time to make a move. What does that mean? Like, you know, do your stuff in secret. And I was just talking to my sister about that. You know, I've got some projects coming up, and I don't talk about them really until like I'm ready or it's time. And so you have to conceal things sometimes until it's time for it to happen. Why? Because you don't want to just sit there and be gum bumping about it and squawking like a crow, wah, 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 you know, and just, you know, hearing your own head rattle. You want to make sure that when you're going to do it or talk about it, that it's a done deal, or you're just ready to go after it. So be that chameleon until you're ready, right? And like but you're not going to be able to do that. This was the first card that flew out, until you still that nonsense, that chatter in your mind, that's not wanting you to go forward and take that leap of faith. So one more deck is here, and I wasn't going to pull from it, but I'm being drawn to it. So we'll close out with this chakra something or other deck. I don't know. I have quite a bit now, so I don't really remember all of the names. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like this channel. I know I'm enjoying having it, although I'm not on here all the time. I do appreciate everyone that's following and everybody that likes it and shares also. All right, so what do we need to know for the blue moon on the 31st? The blue moon happening. It's actually in Taurus, the sign Taurus, which is an earth sign, but can be very stubborn also. I have a lot of Taurus. I think my IC's in Taurus. You know how to pronounce that. Ilum, something like Kolai or something like that. But, and I have a lot of Taurus friends. One of my brothers is a Taurus. So it's interesting what's happening now. So look into that. If you don't know where your placements are, I would definitely check it out, because what's happening on this blue moon, and whoa, all right. Yes, because we have tapped into our intuition, the mysticism, and how perfect, you know, for the Halloween moon, you know, it's all kind of witchy and fun, and everything that's kind of taboo the rest of the 364 days of the year is okay on this one day, you know, if you want to get a little witchy or do something like that, right? It's actually not so frowned upon, you know, even if you go to the store and there's stuff that, like, you know, normally people would turn their heads to, you know, on a normal day to day, but because it's Halloween, it's accepted, right? So we're okay, you know, being a little bit of a mystic, and, you know, or even a lot mystic. Like this is where we've come to on our journey, that we know that it is just part of our spiritual growth, our spiritual evolution. Yeah, because we're tired. We don't want to dissipate, you know, dissipating, just sitting there, you know, watching the grass grow, you know, listening to the chatter, you know, of, you know, people saying things, or just nonsense, or watching the lie vision, you know, it tells us all these lies all the time. And we don't want to dissipate. We don't want to do this anymore. You know, I know years ago I used to watch a lot of TV, and I still love sitting down and watching a movie. Sometimes you just need that mindless TV. But I started thinking about it, and I remember it was in my early 20s, and I'm almost in my mid 40s now. So I remember thinking, wow, I'm sitting here wasting all this time, pretty much dissipating, watching other people, you know, that have come into fruition with their dreams, whether they're the actors that are really living out their life, or the directors, or the film people, or all of these people that are the movers and shakers, and we're sitting there watching, you know, as a spectator. I decided I don't want to be a spectator, that I'm more of the action person. I'm more the person that wants to be on the front lines. So I decided that I was dissipating, and rather than watching the movies and all that stuff, that I wanted to kind of make my own. And so I came to that realization a lot earlier on, and that's what I do. I don't even have a TV in my apartment, and every now and then, you know, I'll watch a Netflix movie or something like that. But and it's not to say that it's not for everybody, you know. For other people, they enjoy watching TV, and that's great. But for me, I just had to change things up in life, and decide not to be a spectator. I don't want to be the one that's just scrolling and looking at everybody's stuff, or just flicking to the channel. Like, I don't want, you know, I want to be the one that people are looking at, because I'm trying to make a difference, not because it's like, hey, look at me, I'm so wonderful. No, it's just, I didn't want to just sit there, and I felt like I was dissipating. And you know, and maybe you're feeling like that too, like you want to be more of an action taker. And again, this is your chance with all of this fire energy and all of this, you know, the coolness calming the fire, and the fire, you know, putting out the coldness and the rigidness. And there's somewhere we can get that nice balance here this month, and come to a happy medium, right? So thank you, everybody, again. I hope you really enjoyed this. I know I really enjoyed this reading. It had like the best energy. I know that I'm so looking forward to the 31st. To me, Halloween, Christmas, and 4th of July are always like my two most special, or 3 special times of the year that I really enjoy. Not that I don't enjoy all the other ones, but they just hold a special place in my heart. And I really always look forward to those days, and I don't care. No one's gonna ruffle my feathers or tip my scales that day. I'm gonna have fun and enjoy myself. So until next time, and remember to keep swimming towards your dreams. Bye.